I'm going to show you the easiest way I know to mount electric bikes on a bike rack. And we have this Thule Platform bike rack because the e-bikes are about 50 pounds a piece. And it's a little bit different than bike racks I've used in the past. Starting with the receiver, who doesn't have a pin, it has a spring-loaded lever that fits in the receiver on your car. And that's so you can lock it so nobody can steal this bike rack. So I take the bike rack, I lift it into the receiver, holding the spring-loaded bar, and then I wiggle it in all the way. You pull it back until the spring-loaded lever gets in the receiver. Then you twist this lever until it's tight, and that's pulling the, you twist this knob until it's tight, and that's pulling the lever tight against the receiver. And there, it's mounted into the car. Now, you fold open the bike rack like so. As everything is locked or lockable by just simply putting the key in the wheel and turning it counterclockwise. That way when the wheel spins, it doesn't get any resistance, and you can't take this receiver out without a key. Now the first bike I put on is the step-through bike that goes in the back of the rack. And I take this bike and I get the pedals straight up and down so it fits just the way I want it in the receiver.
And this is key, right?
And this
pedal
is,
position.
This pedal position is very important on this because it's a jigsaw puzzle putting two of these Vado Specialized bikes on this bike rack. I lift it up like so, facing the bike towards the left side of the car. I tilt it, bring it forward, and I swing this claw. I put it right on the 90-degree joint of the bike rack, and I tighten it with the wheel until it clicks. You'll hear an audible click once it's tight. You hear that click. Okay, you can see the critical position of the pedals here. So it goes through the middle of the upright stand in the back of the bike rack. I have the tires in each tire channel. And now, since it's tightened to click, I put the key in. Turn it counterclockwise, and that knob can't come unscrewed. Now I come down to the tires that have a pretty standard strap system that I make sure I don't get it through so it's pulling on a spoke. I just slide it through and ratchet it down firmly. And I do that on both the front and back tires. And there you have bike one. All right, the lever that holds on the second bike has to be a little bit longer because it's further away from the frame of the bike. And again, pedal position on the second bike is as critical as it is on the first. So now I'm going to lift up the second bike and show you exactly how I mount it on this bike rack with these two Vado Specialized bikes. So I take the second bike, which is my bike, which is a standard, not step-through bike, and I lift it up into the tracks, just like the first one.
But it's pointed in the other direction.
Yes, it's pointed exactly opposite. And you can see I back it so the seat is almost touching the handlebars. You can see the back of this seat is almost touching the handlebars. And I take the lever, which I have kept at hand reach, because if
What
you,
about the bike? Is it the pedal position?
the pedal position here, really, you have to have the pedal position so that the lower pedal doesn't rub against the first bike's pedals that you have on. Now this claw is longer. When you're doing this by yourself, it's a little bit trickier, but still very manageable. You mount it on the bike frame right there, and then you twist the claw in the front, just like I'm showing here. You spin the knob until you get that audible clicking sound, and you can feel it, and that means that the claw is as tight as it can go. You hear that? And now I take the key, I duplicate what I did on the first two levers, turn it counterclockwise. That wheel has to spin freely, and you know it's on. And now I put the straps through the wheels, the standard ratchet strap. And this Thule bike rack is a very high quality bike rack. You can see how nicely the wheels fit on the frame. You put that just like so. Get nice and torqued down.